Hi, everybody. Well, this is our first week, a redo of our saltwater patterns, and this is the first pattern. This pattern actually comes from, it's very funny. We treat it as saltwater pattern, but in reality, it was a freshwater pattern. This is a Clouser deep minnow. This actually was invented by Bob Clouser, who lives in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, on the Susquehanna, and he used it for his guiding business for smallmouth. This pattern has caught just about every fish that swims in the ocean. I would not have this, I would not go anywhere without this pattern for just about anything. Um, let's go tie it. It's an easy pattern if you follow the basic rules. So we're using a fairly short shanked hook. This is actually a size 1. You can tie this in 1/0, 2/0, 3/0, 2s, 4s. Like I said, this is a pattern that was used for smallmouth. So I'm using my favorite saltwater thread, 210 denier. I'm using white. And what I'm going to do is basically a third of the way down, I'm going to start my thread and I'm going to give it a little lump. I did that little bump right there. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make another bump. And basically this is what's going to hold our eyes. Very simple pattern. Take my eyes and I'm going to tie it in right like that. Go around. Keep in mind, because we're putting the weight on the top of the shank of the hook, it actually flips it over. This will become the bottom. All right, so we're going to pull it in tight. At this point, I'm going to take a little bit of super glue. And I'm going to put some right here. And some right here. Just a little bit, not too much. And I'm going to wrap it tight. That will keep it from sliding around. Now I'm going to bring my thread underneath the wraps. See how I'm pulling it in tight? That's what I like about this 210. I could really come down on it and bring it right here. All right, now I'm going to take, because this is the bottom, I'm going to put a little bit of white on the bottom. Now, I want you to be very careful. You don't want too much, especially on the bottom, because if you do, then it kind of like keeps it from flipping over. So go lighter on the bottom and then on the top. Take it out. Now, I don't stack, even though it looks great. I think it looks better when it's uneven like that. You know, any really long ones I'll take out. I measure it. I basically wanted to go double the length of the shank of the hook. Grab it, cut an angle, and give my thread a counterclockwise spin. It jumps back and grabs it. And wrap back. Wrap underneath. And I like to wrap back. And then bring my thread forward again. I'm going to use this kind of olivey pale olive. And there again, I want not a little bit bigger bunch, but not too big. See how I have all these long hairs? I'm just going to take all the short hairs out first. And then I'm just going to grab these really long hairs and I'm going to measure it. I want it roughly to go as far back as the other bucktail. Cut it. Give him a little quick turn. And then I get, and then make it nice. Yeah. Take my whip finisher. And I got my thread. At which time I would use head cement, especially on bucktail. Bucktail has a habit of coming apart. It's very slippery. Put a little bit in here, right here. And that is the Bob Clouser's Deep Minnow. Like I said, it was developed for smallmouth. I would go nowhere without it. And that's it. That's the whole fly right there. And you can make it as complicated as you want. You could add a little flash to it if you want. You could add 3 layers if you want. This is basically how I tie it. So until next week, tight lines, keep tying, and get ready because the stripers are here.